Good evening, East Hardy High School. I wanted to provide some updates for you regarding our September 8th return to school. At this point, we are on schedule to have all of our students at East Hardy High School in grades 9 through 12 to report on Tuesday, September the 8th. As you guys are aware, this year we have decided to operate on a block schedule, which is different from what we've done in the past. That means that our school will be operating on 4 blocks. We will have blocks 1, 2, and 3, which will be 90-minute blocks each. And then our 4th block is what you may call a split block. We're calling it 4A. And that 4A period is going to be a 45-minute period that lasts the entire year. So students, you should all have received a first semester schedule and a second semester schedule. And I printed those on 2 separate pages in order to make them a little less confusing for everyone. Since block is new for some of you, what we are doing is with the first semester schedule, you'll notice that you have a 90-minute class for blocks 1, 2, and 3. Those first, second, and third classes will end at the end of first semester. And right now, due to the late start of September the 8th, our semester will not end until the middle of January. So those classes, you will finish those first 3 blocks of classes in January. Second semester, your block 1, 2, and 3 class will be different. And therefore, if you look at that second semester schedule that we sent you, you'll notice that those classes are different. What remains the same is your 4A class. That 4A class is just a 45-minute class, and because it's only 45 minutes a day, that class will last the entire year. So I believe there was some confusion. Some students thought that they ended up with taking the same class twice 4A. That class runs the entire year. A great example of that would be band. If you have band 4A, then you would have band for the entire year for the 45 minutes. Also, in terms of our arrival and dismissing time, this year our buses will be arriving from 7:30 to 7:45. And students, our first block class will start promptly at 7:50. So drivers, if you're driving to school, or parents, if you're dropping students off, they will need to be there, they should be there no later than 7:45 in order for them to be able to get in the building and get that breakfast and get to class by 7:50. We will also be dismissing early this year. East Hardy High School is scheduled to dismiss at 1:55. So again, our instructional day runs from 7:50 to 1:55. Also wanted to point out that all of our students will be receiving Apple devices this year, both students that are in our building for live instruction as well as those that are taking classes virtually. There is an Apple agreement form that parents and students must sign in order to be able to pick up these devices. For our school, these devices will be a MacBook, and you will have to sign that form in order to be able to get the devices. Virtual school students, I will be contacting you probably within the next couple of days to let you know the date and time that you can come and pick up your device. For students that will be coming to school on September the 8th, I'm hopeful that we'll have those devices ready to hand out to you as soon as we get that opening day paperwork back. So I want to take a second and talk about that opening day paperwork. That opening day of paperwork is available. Obviously, it is available if you come to school that first day. We'll have packets available for students, but we will also have packets online. If you go to the East Hardy High School website, all of that opening day paperwork is online, available for you to print out if you have access to a printer. So for those of you that do have access to a printer, if you want to get a jump start on everything, and you can go ahead and print those forms out, and parents, you could complete those and send those in with students that first day of school. That would certainly be very helpful, because as soon as we have all of that paperwork, including that device agreement form, then we can issue those devices to those students. If you do not have access to a printer, please do not worry about that. We will make the adjustments. The students will be given a packet when they come that first day. Also, if you happen to be in the area and have an opportunity to stop by the school anytime this week from 8 to 3, Mrs. Rudy will be available to give you a packet of papers. If you want to pick up a packet and take them home and complete them, you may do it that way as well. So again, just to recap, for the opening day paperwork, you can go to the website, East Hardy High School's website, and print that out. You can stop by the school and pick up a packet if you want to get a jump start and fill that out early and have it ready that first day. Or if not, we'll give it to your student the first day that they arrive. That's not a problem. Also, parking passes. I've had a lot of questions about parking passes this year. Due to the uncertainty of things, not knowing, if we're going to be in and out of school, or not knowing if we have virtual students that would only be parking for a portion of the year, we have decided to waive the parking fee for parking passes, and we're going to allow students to park on a first come, first served basis. Now, in the past, we've not had more students than what we had parking spots for, so we don't anticipate this being a problem. If it should be, we may have to adjust and regroup as we go, but we'll make those necessary changes if we need to. But at the beginning of the year, drivers, you do not need to worry about coming in early and paying money to pick up a parking pass. You can drive that first day and you'll be parking on a first come, first served basis. Also, for students that are doing the virtual schools program, please make sure that you're paying attention to the announcements that Mrs. Van Meter's sending home, as well as some announcements that I'm going to be sending home to make sure you're not missing important deadlines for picking up the devices, as well as signing up for meals and so forth. Seniors, we unfortunately, with not having our prom at the end of the year last year, all of the prom glasses did come in. So seniors, if you have not picked up a prom glass, and you happen to be in the area this week and you want to stop by the school, that would be great. Mrs. Rudy has those glasses there in the office and can distribute those to you. If you don't have an opportunity to come by this week, then obviously we can give those to you once you come back on September the 8th. And then the last thing I wanted to share with you at this point is, as you guys know, the West Virginia Department of Ed has all schools in the state operating on the school reentry metrics, and that is the green, yellow, orange, and red color coding that they've assigned for the different situations. If you have an opportunity to visit West Virginia Department of Ed's website, they have everything outlined on that website, what each of those colors mean and what that means in terms of instruction and in terms of extracurricular activities. That site is updated every Saturday evening. So it was updated last night for Hardy County schools, and right now we are yellow, which means we can still operate school and we can still open at this point on September the 8th. However, with our athletic events, we have our first football game on September the 4th, and with us being under a code yellow, then that means that the only spectators that we're going to be able to have would be the parents and guardians of our players. So again, I would encourage you, if you've not had the opportunity to look at that metrics, that you take an opportunity to check that out, and that gets updated again weekly. Yellow also means that for our students, when they come in the building on September the 8th, students will be required to wear a face mask. You certainly may bring your own. We also have face masks and face shields or face shields to provide to students if you need one. Again, I want to thank you for your time. I will be making additional announcements this week regarding the pickup of devices, and then I will also be doing an announcement closer to the end of the week with more opening day protocol and more specifics as to what that opening day is going to look like. Thank you and have a good evening.